It's true, though. But yeah, I used to go up in the Boundary Waters canoeing just about every other year. I remember one time, how many of you been out there, up in the Boundary Waters? Okay, so you know that the fishing is supposed to be just incredible, right? Well, I'm not much of a fisherman, to be perfectly honest. I was never all that good at it. But I figured, I'm going to the Boundary Waters, I'm going fishing, right? It's a guy thing. And they have signs when you go into the Boundary Waters, which, if you don't know, that's the region of a gazillion lakes, glacial lakes that are between it's upper Minnesota and the Canadian border. And the only way you know when you've crossed from the United States into Canada is that the campsites on the United States side have forest toilets, which is basically a box out in the middle of the woods with a hole in it. And on the Canadian side, they don't. So anyhow, whatever. So America has its priorities straight, I guess. I'm really not sure of that, though. Anyhow, so we were up in the Boundary Waters. They have signs as you go into the Boundary Waters that say, take nothing but photos, leave nothing but footprints. And under that it says, if you can carry it in, you can carry it out. Which is to say, don't leave your bloody litter there. Well, we were canoeing all day, and we came up on a campsite and figured we'll, take that campsite for the night. We got there, and there was a pile of trash. And we just kind of went, oh, man. So we cleaned it up. But that kind of spoiled it for us. We decided to go on to another site. We get to the next campsite, and, we pulled the canoe up, and I decided, I'm going fishing. So I left my wife there on the shore to get the fire started and get the tent set up and deal with stuff while I went fishing. So I was out there for about 2 hours, didn't catch a thing. I paddled back into the shore, and my wife's there, the tent is up and the fire is going and, all that good stuff. And she said, did you catch anything? And I went, no, I didn't. She said, I did. In the pile of trash we had there was a box of Icelandic fish fillets that were still frozen because this was in May and it really hadn't gotten above 40 the whole time we were there. So they were still frosty, and we had Icelandic fish fillets in the Boundary Waters that night. What I can't figure is who the heck would backpack in fish fillets into the Boundary Waters. But anyhow, so after that, we crawled into the tent because the storm came up. I wrote this song. The smell of rain is in the air, the distant thunder drums somewhere. Fish don't bite, but we don't care, we're safe against the weather. A northern forest is the place we come to let the peace erase our gray and concrete city face and spend some time together. With just a tent and a canoe, no smoke and steel to spoil the view, and only me, and only you, to love the land before us. No newspapers, no telephones, no cars or bars or cornerstones. Only me and you alone in God's great northern forest. The wind shifts west across the bay, steals the light from waking day. I'd rather lie here anyway than spend my life in toiling. The tall pines bend, the aspens quake, the rain hits sizzling on the lake, sets me dreaming half awake of campfire coffee boiling. With just a tent and a canoe, no smoke and steel to spoil the view. Only me and only you to love the land before us. No newspapers, no telephones, no cars or bars or cornerstones. Only me and you alone in God's great northern forest. With just a tent and a canoe, no smoke and steel to spoil the view, and only me, and only you, to love the land before us. No newspapers, no telephones, no cars or bars or cornerstones. Only me and you alone in God's great northern forest. Now the storm will pass us by and by. I watch the land from where we lie. Wonder if there's wood that's dry to start our breakfast warming. A distant loon call breaks the still. Soon my sleeping lady will reach out to hold me in the chill and wake to greet the morning. With just a tent and a canoe, no smoke and steel to spoil the view. Only me and only you to love the land before us. No newspapers, no telephones, no cars or bars or cornerstones. Only me and you alone in God's great northern forest. There's no newspapers, no telephones, no cars or bars or cornerstones. Only me and you alone in God's great northern forest.